Boxlab Promotions Night of Champions 13. It is time for our main event of the evening. Amos Cowart versus Kevin Brown. Guys, take us through the tale of the tape.
As you can see here, Brown coming in 4 years younger. He's got the reach advantage significantly, and Cowart has had the experience, but Cowart, outside of this year, hadn't been in the ring in almost 10 years.
Let's get the fighters to the ring. Here is Beatriz Callis.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Damas y caballeros, este es el evento estelar de esta noche for the WBA Super Lightweight Interim World Title. Los jueces son, the judges are Rodolfo Aguilar, Frederick Fleury, Efrain Lebron. The referee in charge, Luis Padrón Rivas. Fighting out of the red corner, Amos Cowart. His opponent on the blue corner, su oponente en la esquina azul, Kevin Brown. Presentando la esquina roja, introducing the red corner, wearing black and red, vestido de negro y rojo. Detuvo la báscula con 140 libras. He tipped the scale at 140 pounds. Con un récord profesional de 13 victorias, 2 derrotas y un empate. With a pro record of 13 victories, 2 losses and 1 draw. Repping Undisputed Promotions from Mascot, Florida, Amos to Smoove Cowart. Fighting out of the blue corner, la esquina azul, wearing purple, vestido de violeta, su peso oficial, 139.4 libras, his official weight, 139.4 pounds. Esta noche entra al ring invicto como profesional con 8 victorias tonight. He enters the ring undefeated as a pro with 8 victories. Repping Warrior Boxing and Boxlab Promotion from Camagüey, Cuba, Kevin Alfa Brown.
Okay, guys, no, listen. Here to all, everybody. The people are everybody. Okay, guys, give instruction in the dressing room. They have a clean match, okay? Good luck, God bless you. We're going to send in the camerino. Vamos a una pelea limpia, ganamos. Suerte. Dios lo bendiga.
I came to America to become the next Cuban boxing sensation. Those are the words of Kevin Brown. To do that, he will have to be successful tonight against a dangerous step-up opponent, last-minute opponent in Amos Cowart. Let's get our main event underway. Karan Bhatia on the call, joined by Dan Canobio, Bob Santos, Claudia Trejos. We're coming to you live from the Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida. This is Boxlab Promotions Night of Champions 13. Kevin Brown is in the purple trunks. Amos Cowart in the red and silver trunks. And guys, let's get our main event underway.
And what you're going to see with Brown is he's very meticulous in there. He throws about 42 punches around. He also lands his power at 42% because he only throws about 20 power punches around. So you're not going to see someone come in there and light it up in terms of activity, but he does sit down on his shots and he does land his power.
And you'll see him switch from time to time, orthodox to lefty.
And Bob Santos, you trained Kevin Brown for a period of time, so you have some very insightful knowledge from a unique perspective. So what do you expect to see early on in this fight from Kevin Brown?
Well, he won his first title with me in his third pro fight, which was a 10-rounder, so that's a testament to him. I'm expecting him, like I said, to turn a little bit lefty and righty. He likes to do that a lot, and to Dan's point, he's not a guy that just wastes a lot of punches. He's download the data, and he'll take it from there.
He's landing real nice early on here.
Halfway through round one, there was a right hand to the body. Quick combinations for Kevin Brown.
For Cowart, the good news is he hasn't lost in almost 10 years, but he's only had 2 fights in the last 10 years. Took a long hiatus due to some legal problems. Spent some time in jail. Came out, got 2 wins this year, and now finds himself in the main event.
It's a tall order to go against a guy who's been active and has the pedigree that Kevin downtown Alfa Brown has.
Cowart fought Regis Prograis back in 2015, the Showbox show, and that was a barn burner. It was also 10 years ago.
Wow.
There's a right hand that gets through for Brown. We're seeing the speed on display here.
And the length. Brown has awful long arms.
Cowart landed a right hand upstairs. Brown, quick combination, spins out of the way. Closing moments, round one of this title fight. The WBA Super Lightweight Continental Americas title on the line. You see Kevin Brown there, world junior champion, national Cuban champion in 2021, ranked as high as number 4 in the world as an amateur. So the pedigree is there. Had many amateur fights, and of course has had success as an undefeated professional.
And he comes from a super athletic family. His dad was a wrestler on the national team for Cuba, and his mother was on the national team as an athlete too. So he definitely comes from a very athletic family.
Brown has been spoken of as a boxing phenom. His nickname Alpha Wolf. Said he identifies with wolves. And that amateur pedigree, he said he had over 300 fights in the amateurs. He didn't have many losses.
He identifies as a wolf or with wolves?
With wolves.
Big distinction.
He's been in there with Andy Cruz. He's been in there with Iglesias, so he was with the best of the best.
That right hand is like a lethal. And he's right around his averages. You know, that last round he probably landed at a 40% clip with his power. But no wasted movement with Brown, which I think that's what I see the most, you know? Everything is very, very calculated.
He's got the tight guard.
Yep.
Only unwinds when he wants to throw a power shot or a good jab, and seeing that there.
What are you seeing from your former pupil?
Well, he's controlling distance pretty well because Amos is doing a good job with a high guard of coming to him and trying to put pressure on him. He's boxing well. I don't think he wants to get on the ropes too much. He has a plethora of experience, though, but I think he wants to get back to the center of the ring. I think that would be much more suited for him.
And Amos Cowart looks ready for this opportunity. He's motivated, he's ready. But for Brown, I mean, he just looks comfortable in there, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't look like he's overwhelmed in any way.
He doesn't look like he's thinking, very instinctual.
That's exactly it, that flow state, right? And
yeah.
That's probably where you want to be as a boxer.
A lot of times you can see guys thinking about what they want to throw next or thinking about what they should be doing. Brown seems like he has a game plan, and for the most part in his career, he's executed it.
And Bob Santos, you're uniquely qualified to speak about this, because when we spoke to Brown, he said the Cuban style in general is technical, but when he came here to become the next boxing sensation from Cuba, his goal, he said he had to fight in a more aggressive style. He had to open up more, had to throw more punches.
Well, if he was going to be in my gym, he definitely was going to have to do that.
We're seeing a shift with the Cuban style. When you think Cuban style, you think of in and out, Rigondeaux, Arizona Lara early on in his career, and there had to be a shift. Oh, that's a low shot. Referee Pabon giving a warning. There's been a shift now in how it's being taught over in Cuba. You got to be a little more exciting. You got to go for knockouts.
Well, they definitely know, you know, if you want to put butts in seats, you want to become that next star, this is what the level that you're going to have to be at if you want to get paid.
Because like Rigondeaux, you know, did so much for Cuba and put them on the map in professional boxing, but also kind of hurt them in ways with his style.
Yeah, sure did, because promoters, obviously, you know, it's a business. It's a sport, but it's a business.
Yeah.
And people want to see knockouts. They want to see aggression. They want to, you know, get their money's worth, and you got to give them something.
It's what we've been talking about all night. Boxing is not just what you do in the ring, but you have to make yourself into an attraction, right? Leveraging social media, marketing, highlight reel knockouts, and that's a testament to Boxlab, this platform. These fights are going to be out there for people to see, right? And so you can make yourself into that attraction, have those clips go viral. And so we'll see how that plays out here as we enter round 3. But Kevin Brown, you see him there, looks motivated, looks ready. Defending his belt here tonight in our main event.
Sports in general, it's entertainment. And you know, you got to give the fans what they want.
Round 3 of our main event. Here we go.
But I'll tell you what, I give Amos a lot of credit, man. To have only 2 fights in 10 years and to apply this kind of pressure, he's definitely fighting like, hey, this is a huge opportunity for himself.
Amos Cowart, 35 years old, but to the point that we've been speaking about here, right? That ring rust, maybe not there, not shop worn in that way because of the break in action.
It's a good point. You know, there's 2 ways to look at it. You know, there's could be a long time you lose some of your skills. Don't be doing that, man.
Kevin Brown unloading on Amos Cowart. Now Cowart showboating a little bit, saying, "Bring it on."
Amos, you know, he's definitely fighting like a man that knows this is a great opportunity.
Cowart loading up on the left hand. Brown seems willing to eat a couple shots to land more of his own.
I think Brown would be served to get on that stick into the center of the ring. He'd be best served to get to the center of the ring and on the stick. He's a dog tonight.
It's tough. I'll give him that. He's coming forward. He's eating a lot of shots. Those punches, some of them not landing, but what do they call it? Like flack when you're getting hit in the arms and it's hitting into your face. And
he's throwing some big shots, boy.
I like what I've seen out of Brown tonight. Very motivated and switched on early on.
And he's staying composed because Amos is putting a lot of pressure on him.
And look at that, just angling out, landing, dealing like with the pressure fighter how you should.
And Dan, to your point, some of those may not be scoring blows, but they're adding to the fatigue of Brown, right? You might, all right, getting a couple of damage on my elbows, maybe a hand will drop here or there and provide openings later on in this fight. This fight is scheduled for 10 rounds, so plenty to go here in our main event.
Very interesting fight.
Yeah, it's going to be another one of those. If it goes on like this, it's going to be another one of those where the judges do they like the aggression, even though it's a little reckless from Cowart.
Yeah, what do you like versus what do you like more?
Right, because he's going to have a throw. He's probably threw more punches, but Brown is landing at a really high clip.
Yeah, and clean.
Yeah, like we've seen that from Mayweather. He'd be landing 50% of his power shots, but his opponent will be out throwing him.
I know all too well about that, Dan.
Robert Guerrero fight come to mind?
Definitely.
Here's that showboating moment for Amos Cowart, telling Kevin Brown, come on. Brown was happy to oblige.
But who's the best fighter you ever went up against with one of your fighters?
Definitely Floyd Mayweather.
That's a tough one to solve. No one did it.
Not yet. He's the best I
You
ever
say not yet because he is fighting Mike Tyson.
He's the best I ever seen those.
That's all. Yeah, I would agree. The best I ever seen too was Floyd.
I always tell people I thank God for the Mayweathers. They put my kids through private school with that payday.
Wow. He funded a lot of things. I mean, put Vegas, his own economy.
Amos Cowart, he's moving forward, and I think a big question is, can he keep this relentless pace for 10 rounds?
Yeah, especially two fights in 10 years, as Dan was saying.
So I think the judges should see the clean work that Brown is doing. It's one thing to come forward, but I haven't seen that much landed from Cowart.
Oh, that was a great left hand by Cowart there to the body there.
Literally on cue.
Yeah, but I mean, but that being said, for the most part, most of these rounds, you're right on point about what you said. Oh, that was beautiful.
Another one.
Nice uppercuts from Brown with his back on the ropes.
That one. Boom. 5 straight punches.
Beautiful movement from Brown. Bob, you normally wouldn't advise a fighter to fight with his back to the ropes, but it seems like that's where Brown wants to be for moments of this fight.
Because this guy's applying an awful lot of pressure. Again, I'd be advising Brown to get to the center of the ring. You're the better boxer. Stay in the center of the ring. Try to stay off them ropes. That's a recipe for disaster. There ain't too many James Tonys out there.
Good gracious. Another great fighter with the engine.
Yeah.
For a guy that big.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him on the ropes, but he knew his way around the ring. Second to none.
Michael Nunn?
Yeah, no pun intended. He knows about James Toney.
Second to none. Another great nickname.
Speaking of nicknames, Too Smooth. It's the nickname of Amos Cowart. Seems like Brown's been pretty smooth in the ring. Cowart is choosing the more aggression approach. Throw punches. Some of them land, some of them won't.
It's not a bad game plan because you're not going to outbox Brown. That's just not going to happen. So you're going to have to try something different. And I like Cowart's game plan.
I mean, it's definitely a very competitive fight. I have Brown winning for sure, but it is a very competitive fight.
But like you said, Kern, can Cowart keep this up? Because we watched in our last fight where he fell off the cliff of Brazil and he couldn't jab anymore.
Closes out round 4. It's getting interesting. I mean, we're gonna see what Amos Cowart has in the bank there, and if he can make it 10 rounds, it just makes it fascinating because then it just goes to the judges' scorecard, and it's what you value more. Someone coming forward with a varied attack, some landing, some not, or the kind of slick style of Brown, land a punch, move out of the way.
And Brown in his corner, he looks to be in great shape. He looks very calm, cool, and collective. Of the two right now, I think he seems to be in better condition, as you would think about a guy who's only fought 2 times in 10 years.
Brown mentioned when he decided to come to America and change his boxing style, it was a difficult adjustment to go for the knockout. He said, our whole lives in Cuba, we were taught a different way. It was a big mentality shift. And even now, half of Brown's family is in Cuba, here away from them, making his name at Caribe Royale. 100% of his fights have taken place here.
This is his new home. It's not a bad home either.
One thing I don't like that Brown's doing, he's parrying out with that right hand and he's leaving it to be countered. You know, if you're going to stick it, really stick it out there. Just don't keep parrying it out there and leaving your chin like that.
Commit to it, right?
Yeah, commit to it. I don't like that. He's using it as a rangefinder. You see there, you can get countered over the top when it's that slow and indecisive. And as we said that, he got hit with a good left hand over the top.
What do we got here?
Stepping on his foot, yeah.
Yep, feet got tangled up. Luis
Accidental?
Pavon
Accident.
gives him a warning. Fight on. That can happen. Southpaw versus Orthodox. His lead foot tangled up, or someone stepping on the foot. It was a good shot a moment ago on the belt line by Cowart. But Brown is just very skilled at landing combinations, even on the back foot.
His reflexes and just his very impressive with the reflexes to be able to stand in the pocket like this and not take any of these shots that clean from Cowart. Cowart's eyes are starting to get lumped up. You see that?
Yeah.
Because Brown is landing. The Cowart, from like the naked eye, looks like he's the one coming forward. He's really bringing the fight, as they say, but Brown is really piecing him up.
Yeah, he's really separating himself, starting to pick him apart. But boy,
Look at that.
he's putting a lot of pressure on Brown, though.
Two big right hands for Cowart. Coming forward. Can Brown keep him off of him
I
for the
think
entirety of this fight?
the second half is Brown's going to really start to take over.
It looks that way just by the two guys, the way they're going to the corner.
I can see a little bit of it coming out of Cowart, a little of the fight being taken out of him.
And we mentioned that moment where the feet got tangled. Let's take a look here, guys. You can see from the body language there, Kevin Brown, just a calmness.
Yeah.
He's standing between rounds, but he's taking deep breaths and just looks calm, composed, ready for the moment. This is our main event here at Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida. Boxlab Promotions, Night of Champions 13. We've had a little bit of everything in this card, guys.
Yeah, a lot of knockouts, a lot of first round knockouts, a lot of great back and forth fights, some great boxing skills on display,
Some local talent.
some Italian fighters, everything.
Roman gladiators.
Gladiators. Good cards, bad cards. It's boxing.
Dan, have you made the call? Are you getting the Coliseum fight?
I haven't heard from my people. I'm headed to Miami tomorrow.
That was some great work by Amos. He hit Brown with some good body shots, boy.
Someone in the chat, Mazzalone, has Brown up 3-2.
Cowart is complaining there of the low shot.
His left eye is practically shut.
Luis Pabon's going to check one more time, see if both fighters are ready. They are.
Keep an eye on the eye of Cowart. The right eye. The left eye, I should say.
And Brown going back to the body on the belt line. Those were legal blows.
Going to the breadbasket. He's got caught with a good little shot there from Amos, pulling out. Oh, nice little shot by Amos. Again, doubled it up.
And our Claudia Trejos has a report from the corner. Claudia, what do you have?
Thank you, Curran. I got a chance to speak to Las Calle, Kevin Haler Brown's trainer. He's looking for that overhand right to keep attacking that left eye. It's already shut. So they just want to put emphasis on that because that's the weak point, and that could make a difference in not only this round, but maybe even finish the fight.
And we saw that overhand right. Great reporting, Claudia, moments ago from Kevin Brown, followed by a couple hard shots in combination. And I think this is what we expected, guys. Brown to open up even more, and he's doing that in this round 6.
I think I'm very, very impressed with Brown's whole performance tonight. Being able to fight a pressure fight like this and not let up at all. What do you think, Bob?
Well, as much as you're impressed with Kevin Brown, I'm impressed with Amos. I
Yeah.
mean, 2 fights in
Definitely.
10 years. Wow. I mean, testament to him. Win, lose, or draw, he definitely deserves another opportunity.
Definitely. You're absolutely right.
100%. There's not going to be a line down the block to take on Amos Cowart, especially with this aggression, and he's sustained it at least to 6th round. We know that in that 6th round, there was a little bit of controversy with the low blow, so let's take a look at some of the replays and see what we can see.
Oh, wow.
That shot clearly low. Referee Luis Pabon gave a soft warning. It hasn't stopped Brown from going to the body attack, though.
No.
So a little bit of urgency in the red corner for Cowart and his team. 4 rounds left in this fight. The WBA Super Lightweight Continental America's title on the line. And if you are Amos Cowart, I mean, you come into this fight with a little bit of a nothing to lose attitude, right? You weren't scheduled to be in this matchup, and now you got thrown into the main event. You have a chance to pick up a title. So certainly going for it with a nothing to lose attitude.
That eye's looking pretty bad too, the left one. So he's paying for that come forward style. And you can see that the damage because that right hand from Brown from the opening bell was pretty lethal.
And in the middle of this round 7, we're seeing a change in game plan here from Amos Cowart, right? He's fighting with his hands down at distance. This is different than what we've seen so far in this fight. Normally his hands are up and he's pushing Brown backward.
Well, Dan, you had mentioned earlier that you thought he might start falling off a cliff a little bit as the fight was moving on, and maybe this is the point in the fight that's happening.
And Kevin Brown's happy to take advantage of that. Combinations upstairs, to the head, to the body. Here comes Kevin Brown. Knowing that his opponent might be slowing down, this is an opportunity to take control of the fight.
The footwork of Kevin Brown has been on point. It'd be cool to place like something on to track it. because it's just in and out, in and out. Every movement is meaningful. He's always in position to land, which is really impressive too. If you're moving and then also landing, she's like always in range.
Stick and move.
Against a game southpaw.
Absolutely. Now Cowart, he's moving forward again now, but the output has certainly dropped. We already spoke about that left eye closing up, and that right hand for Kevin Brown has found a target there. Closing moments, round 7. Safe to say that was a Kevin Brown round. Did what he wanted to do. Cowart slowed down the output. Brown took advantage.
Definitely a dominant round for Kevin, downtown Alfa Brown. I think if Amos wants to turn this around, Dan, he better pull out a Mickey Ward playbook, you know, with that
Body shot?
Yeah, with that left hook. And he's going to need to do something.
Yeah.
Because it's really slipping away now.
Looks like they got the eye under control.
He's given a game performance, but it's starting to slip away.
We need to win this motherfucker. Remember, win this motherfucker, dog. Let's show that you're a motherfucking dog.
3 rounds to go in our main event. Kevin Brown in the purple trunks, Amos Cowart in the red and silver trunks. Cowart playing the role of aggressor, come forward fighter. Kevin Brown happy to play the role of counter puncher. Movement, precision, all on display for Kevin Brown.
Dan, as you're watching this right now, how do you think a Kevin Brown would match up with a Gary Antoine Russell or somebody like that?
I love Gary Antoine Russell.
So do I.
It would be a great matchup of styles. I think Russell had one of the best performances of the year earlier in the year when he took out Venezuela. I think Brown is showing a lot tonight. I know he's facing a guy that, you know, we talked about his past. But, I mean, look at the skills. I mean, use your eyes. And you can kind of fast track guys like this with the amateur pedigree and all that.
Quick combination from Brown. If Brown is successful here tonight, he will improve to 9-0. He's only 31 years old, so a lot of opportunities. There's a big right hand from Brown, and again, that left eye has been a bullseye for Brown. Target practice.
Yeah, Claudia just told me that, made a good point, that they were only preparing for an 8-round fight, Cowart's team, and not someone like Kevin Brown. But they got the eye under control. Doesn't seem like it's a problem at all. But it's been all Kevin Brown. But Cowart is very, very tough.
He's game for sure.
And we spoke about, will Cowart be able to keep that pace? Now he's, in terms of footwork and moving forward, he's been able to do that, but the punch output, not there, not what it was in the early rounds.
Yeah, it's definitely fallen off big time, and the zip on the punches is starting to fade.
Final 10 seconds of round 8. This one's scheduled for 10. WBA Super Lightweight Continental America's title on the line. We've seen Brown have success. Let's take a look at some of his handiwork in round 8. Bob, punches flowing there in combination upstairs.
You know, as Dan and you guys had mentioned earlier, as the fight's going on, he's separating himself. It's getting cleaner and better, and the foot movement, and he seems to be in tremendous condition. Looks like he can go 20 rounds tonight.
Wild. I mean, yeah, we were wondering if Cowart's pressure would take the movement away from Brown. Absolutely not.
Brown standing up between rounds. Bob, you used to be in the corner with Brown. If you were in the corner in this fight, would you advise Brown to change anything? Because we've been talking about turning yourself into an attraction, getting those highlight reel knockouts, or you have a tough come-forward opponent and keep this going, and if it goes to decision, it goes to decision.
I think he should go center of the ring, and he's got to put combinations together. Again, you know, I'm a big believer in high risk, high reward. That's what this sport is. If you want to be great, you got to sell out. That's what made Sugar Ray Leonard so great, the combination punching. That's why those guys, you know, were so great for the sport. And we got to have more of that.
And some blood streaming down the bottom lip of Cowart.
You want to be great, put them combinations together, let them fly.
And this is the 9th round. We talked about Cowart was training for an 8-round fight, so not necessarily training for this territory, but he's here, he's moving forward, some body shots, and Cowart's going to complain about a low blow. Luis Pabon is going to call time.
You can see the face of Cowart. He's definitely wearing it. You got blood coming from the mouth, left eye.
And here's the replay of the low blow. And immediately you see referee Luis Pabon warn Brown, keep the punches up. And Bob, is that just because Brown fights at a little bit of an angle, and if he gets pushed down a little bit, that right hand can go a little low?
Well, he's got long arms too, so on the inside, you know what I mean? And sometimes those guys on the inside, they got them long, loopy arms. You know.
Left hand did get through for Cowart, but before that, it was Brown showing off the defense, blocking punches to the head.
Cowart, right down to the very end, is still coming forward, despite getting just really pieced up here. His eyes practically shut. Blood coming from the mouth. Tough sport. Tough business.
Yeah. You're right about that.
To earn a living.
Certainly is. You don't play boxing.
No timeouts here. No putting in the second string here.
Well, I think Misfits has tag team boxing. I'm sure you love that, Bob.
No, that's not my cup of tea.
Then you never know. They can open up a whole avenue and train some of these YouTubers.
Well, I trained Jake Paul for a time. We'll see how he does next week on. It's a huge fight, huge opportunity.
Heading down to Miami in the morning. Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua.
I'm excited to see it.
I think 80 million others are as well.
Wow.
I'll see you over there, Dan. It's going to be a big event.
For your cup and cart?
Oh, absolutely. Can't miss that one.
Let's go.
Working that event. Excited.
That's great. That's great for the sport. Get them eyeballs. Get the young people involved.
Alicia Bumgarner fighting on the card. Anderson Silva versus Tyron Woodley. It's like a MMA crossover type of fight.
Let's go. I'm all for it.
It's a boxing match, just to be clear, but they made their names in MMA.
Yeah, that's fine.
They fought, didn't they fight in the cage? No, they both fought Jake Paul, that's what it was, in boxing.
Yeah. 10th and final round. This is the last bout of the evening. It's been a spirited night of boxing here at Caribe Royale in Orlando. Boxlab Promotions, Night of Champions 13. We close it out here in our main event, the WBA Super Lightweight Continental America's title. Karan Bhatia on the call, joined by Bob Santos, Dan Canobia, Claudia Trejos. Kevin Brown is the champion in purple trunks. Amos Cowart, the challenger, in the red and silver trunks. He's come forward in the 9 rounds previous, so no reason to think Cowart would slow down now, and he's not doing that in round 10, but it's been Brown landing punches in combination, counter punches, movement, precision, working behind the jab, the body, upstairs. There's a combination upstairs for Brown on cue, looking to close out this main event and defend his belt here at Caribe Royale.
I'd really like to see Brown open up big time right here. Set himself apart, put his name in the mix in the division. Give the fans what they want to see. That's what it's about.
Toe to toe.
Let him fly.
And Brown has fought at this range practically the whole fight, which is really impressive too, because when you see him on paper, you hear Cuban boxer, it's like, oh, he's going to be moving, he's going to be in and out. No, he's pretty much fought in the phone booth this entire night.
And he's given us one hell of a 10th round right now.
The difference in this round is, look at Brown's feet. He planted his feet at this spot. He's not moving. He's just throwing, right? In previous rounds, he was moving and throwing.
Good
So
point.
He's sitting down on his punches here. And I think he's sensing maybe there is a little urgency to try to go for this stoppage in the last round.
Well, you want to get your name out there. You want to cement your brand. You want to be in the mix with the Gary Antoine Russells. This is what it's about, baby. This is prize fighting. This is what it's about. You want to get to that level.
Red hot super lightweight division. Many opportunities for Kevin Brown. He's got less than a minute to work with here in round 10.
He's definitely giving the fans their money's worth in this 10th round.
Body shot by Brown.
Beautiful
right hand
work.
Upstairs. Punches flowing in combination.
He wants to close the show. Oh.
There's the big left hand upstairs over the top. Brown pushes Cowart off of him, getting some space to do work. He does so. 2 left hands upstairs, right hand. Brown feeling himself in the ring, looking to close the show. Emotion pouring out of Kevin Brown. His opponent changed within the last 24 hours. He defended his WBA Super Lightweight Continental America's title. He boxed, he moved, he did what he wanted to in our main event, guys.
And he tried to close the show. So credit to him.
He closes the show like the champion he is. Larry Merchant.
Larry Merchant, if I was 50 years younger, Floyd.
I remember interviewing him, and he said he understands fully that that's what everyone's going to remember him by.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He said he'd try to kick Floyd Mayweather's ass. Not a bad thing to be remembered by.
No.
The great Larry Merchant would be proud of Kevin Brown's performance. We just saw a look at the eye of Amos Cowart. That left eye took a lot of punishment by ways of the right hand from Kevin Brown.
You know, I can remember we had beat Andre Berto and I was riding on cloud 9, and I said I couldn't wait for that Floyd Mayweather fight, and Larry Merchant said, Bob, you don't know what you're getting into.
He was always good at that too, kind of crushing dreams.
Yeah.
Just being
But
Larry.
he was real.
Yeah, he was definitely, need more of that in the sport.
Let's get the official decision one more time this evening. Let's go into the ring. Here is Beatriz Caliz.
After this war, we go with the judges' scorecards. Después de esta guerra, nos vamos a la tarjeta de los jueces. All three judges turned in identical scorecards to 190. Los tres jueces entregan tarjetas idénticas de 100 a 90. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Todos a favor del ganador por decisión unánime. Kevin Brown.
Kevin Brown improves to 9-0. 3 wins by knockout. He's won every fight here at Caribe Royale, and he showed a little bit of everything tonight. He had a hungry opponent in front of him who kept moving forward until the final bell. Brown was able to keep him off of him, and you saw the emotions pouring out of Brown the final moment. So clearly this was a big win for him to defend his belt and his title. He's in the ring with Claudia Trejos. Let's hear from tonight's main event winner, Kevin Brown.
Kevin, you just took an opponent that took this fight in less than 24 hours, and he took you the distance. What made him so complicated? Acabas de tener un oponente que tomó esta pelea en menos de 24 horas de notificación, sin embargo te llevó a la distancia. ¿Qué lo hace a él tan difícil?
Que vino a la guerra, ¿sabes? Yo soy un boxeador de estilo, de movimiento, pero bueno, no es menos cierto que domino las 3 distancias. Y bueno, él me hizo hacer mi boxeo media, larga y corta. Y creo que tiene todo el mérito para mí.
Well, he definitely came for a war. I am more of a boxer stylist, and I had to use all my 3 distances, and I had to use all my skills. So there's a lot of merit to him. With that being said, let's not forget the kind of boxing that you showed us tonight. How would you rate your performance? Vamos a hablar un poquito de tu boxeo. ¿Qué calificación le das a tu boxeo esta noche?
Yo le doy una calificación de 10 puntos porque creo que hice un boxeo que me favoreció a mí también. Me alargó la vida boxística mía en el sentido de experiencia y creo que le doy un 10 de 10.
I give myself a 10 out of 10 because I believe that I gave my best and it just extended my life experience in boxing. So I definitely give myself a 10. With that being said, let's go further. You almost had to throw the kitchen sink for this guy. Was there ever a moment that you were frustrated? Casi tienes que sacar un palo y darle por la cabeza porque no echaba para atrás. ¿Hubo algún momento que te frustraste?
No me frustré, solo estaba concentrado en lo que estaba haciendo y en lo que estaba diciéndome en la esquina. En algunos momentos creo que sí me dejaba llegar por mi intuición, pero creo que el trabajo salió perfecto.
No, I didn't get frustrated. I did what my corner told me, what we worked on. There were times that I just allowed my instincts and my intuition to lead me, but no, I never got frustrated. I did what I had to do. What is next for you? ¿Qué sigue para ti?
Yo quiero ir por un campeonato del mundo, ¿sabes? Quiero a los mejores, estoy preparado y creo que tengo el mejor equipo de promoción y el mejor equipo de entrenamiento para llegar a un campeonato mundial.
I'm definitely looking for a world title. I won the biggest, and I definitely have the great promotional company and obviously a great working team. With that being said, is there somebody that you would like to call?
Look, the reality is we were disappointed to not be able to fight for the interim world title tonight. The commission didn't approve one of the fighters. So Kevin came out, put on a great show. Now the next thing is, how do we get to fight for the title? There's Gary Antoine Russell. He's fighting Hiroka coming up. We want the winner. Simple as that.
You heard it right here. Felicidades. Congratulations. Back to you, Curran.